Good morning, good afternoon of the Red Bull Ring. Tonight we are joined by James. Absolutely brilliant.
Good to be here.
It really is, in Austria this week. Today we are consisting of a 10-minute practice. Because this lap is quite short, we are bringing up the lap counter with a 4.3 kilometer. Most of these corners are made with downforce. So James, what do you think? Do you think these cars will have a lot more downforce on these cars, or do you think they'll gain a lot more advantage on the straights?
I'd say they'll gain a lot more advantage on the straights, most of these, but some I think do have a good corner speed around here. And yeah, just to tell you quick information about the circuit, it has got 10 turns and it is 2.68 miles long.
Thank you very much. Last time out we were at Spa in Belgium, which we saw Kiwi Leather take the win in our 24-hour endurance event, which lasted around about 2.5 hours, but is still not leading the championship. He is 16 points behind Sind as we watch on at Boston Road, that gorgeous Ferrari 488. You can find the stream, which you may have missed, through our YouTube channel. It is up there, and you can just go and have a look back and you'll be able to be able to catch up on anything that you miss. As we see Boston Road go a little bit deep, a little bit of a weird line through there. But James, some of these corners are quite difficult to master. You can see as Boston Road goes round this corner right here, you need to be really tucked up. Have you raced around here before? Any chance?
I've raced on 2 different games actually. I've raced on this game and Formula 1 around here, so yeah.
It's quite difficult to get the track completely right to get a decent lap.
Yeah, and I think for everyone this corner we've just come out of now and heading into this corner now, it's going to be the second to last corner, which is going to catch a lot of people out, because for me it is, when you go around, when you're about to go around that corner, you go on the, like, I always go off. There was Boston Road goes top now, at 1:30.5.
As he does. Maybe that might be a benchmark time for people to beat, or do you think we might be able to get into the 1:29s, or do you think that's around about?
I think 1:29s, 1:28s, maybe if you qualifying, but for now, probably just 1:29s would be where we are.
Very simple stuff.
1:29s, I think, for this one.
Yep, I mean, people do go fast, and I think that's just a one run that they're doing so far as we watch on ESR Andy. Unfortunately, Fox will be still out for the rest of the season. Wish him all the best for his recovery of his surgery. But Andy's done well so far as he's been consistent, finishing in the top 4, very consistent so far this season, as he has been in. And 3rd place at the moment, about 1/10 away, but Boston Road goes fastest in the Ferrari, and nearly a 10th to Snaker. Is Snaker in the Ferrari, or am I dreaming things? Are both Ferraris on top? Because
I'll have a look for you in a second as we see Andy about to onto the line. Let Andy do his lap, then we will show you who's across his
beautiful slipstream, and he does. He really does, actually. Yeah.
No.
Oh wait, no, Boston Road. Boston Road gained a lot of time there.
Just tell you what Sneaker's in. He's in the
Bentley. I thought I was imagining things. I thought it was 2 Ferraris on top. Unfortunately not. Arnie goes a little bit wide there. Tricky getting on the power there. A little bit too early. Now looking at the times, James, Boston Road has put in an absolutely exceptional lap in there. 8/10 faster than anyone else. Do you think we could go into the 28s, or is that now just the actual cut-off point of 29s?
Well, I personally think it would be a cut-off point for 29s. 29.2, maybe the quickest time, as we see what Sneaker can do here. But apparently, the record lap around this circuit is by cashing it at 2:16 on online thing here, which I don't think is actually the right time. I think that was just the time they did. That was the first time they ever got, but
I believe that was old GT3 cars.
Yeah, that was season 2, so that was apparently that was the lap record for this circuit. So I think, I think they haven't updated that. I think they've smashed that before. But just quickly to give you a bit of information here, Hijacker Sweden and Allo Champs won exactly the same points on 121 points. So whoever does better today can get 4th position. Just to tell you that they're both on the same points, so they're 4th and 5th. And Kiwi Lad is 16 points behind Sin in the lead of the championship. So if Kiwi Lad wins the race and Sin comes second, just to tell you what that would do, if I can go head down here, he wouldn't be in top. So he needs today, Kiwi Lad needs to get in the top 2, and hopefully Sin, he wants Sin to get 4th or worse today, pretty much, to be championship leader.
Thank you very much, James, and as you say, it is getting quite close now in the championship, so we have to wait and see where things stand after the Grand Prix. But yeah, Kiwi have been performing very well over the course of this season. We'll just have a look at the comment section real quickly. And hello Billy, everything's going fine, thank you very much. Everything up with you? Put your suggestions down below. What do you think the cut-off times will be for this qualifying session that we're heading into? And as we'll always do, we'll do our James qualifying predictions, our new segment, as we like to call it, the James segment predictions. Official name. Quite good.
Yeah, before we do get into anything else, Arsenal are 1-1 in the rugby game, and Tottenham are 1-0 up, so that makes it Arsenal 4-2 up in aggregate, and Chelsea 2-1 up in aggregate, I think that one is. Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant, thank you.
Chelsea with an away goal as well. As we have another comment which I'll read out for you in a second, if you've already got there, then you can read it.
Sam Scott says, come on Kiwi, I think 1 minute 28.856. It could get into the 1 minute 28, we could see that, but we just don't know what fuel they're running. Are they running high fuel, are they running low fuel? So we'll just have to wait and see until we get into qualifying. You can see Hello Champs 7 tenths behind, and he's on 5 litres of fuel there, as we see both the Audi R8s go through what I believe is around at turn 5 or 6. Yes, please do put your predictions in, as we've got a 50-second alert ready for the end of practice and heading into qualifying. Might be able to get an understanding of who's fast around here, but to be honest, the top 8 is only spread by 1 second. And that's not bad at all when the whole of 2nd to 8th is spread by 3 tenths. So an absolute great start we've got in qualifying. Yes, low 29s, what I think. And yes, Billy, I think 29s will be as we see.
Is that Velocity?
It's quite a peculiar Lamborghini there.
Got a glitch.
Yeah, this is evening, Harry. We got a little bit of a glitch in the pit lane, and that is the end of practice here at the Red Bull Ring, as we see the Alcura. Remember that from last time. Going wide at the top of the hill, quite difficult braking zone. Going up the hill, braking. As we've seen in this track consistently, James, just a question. It's quite difficult to brake round here, isn't it? I mean, like you've always got to keep in a straight. They always as we see one. I think it's Allo Champs and Kiwi. Both of them crashing out.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I agree with you. I'm trying to find the closest car to the finish so I can show you the corner I mean. So if you go on board with this one, it's always going to be tricky. I personally think when you have loads of cars on the first lap with this corner here, I know these are pretty much good races and clean races, they won't do it, but some of them will just go wide out there and could go onto that red bit of tarmac, I think is what you say. But let's look at Ipswich time then.
I mean, when you have a look at it, when you're braking, you always want to be braking in a straight line, not going into a corner. He's just going to get a practice start, which I don't know if that's in the rule books, but I think I'll just leave it. It's just a practice start. He was on the racing line, which does impede some laps, but that's the end of the practice here at the Red Bull Ring, as we get a nice shot of the end part of the McLaren practice session over. Your top 3 drivers after the practice session: Boston Rowe by 5/10, Kiwi Lad then followed, and then Allo Champs. There's no Lambos. Where is Sind?
Just to tell you where Sind is, as I can see on mine. Oh, we're now starting. He was down in 13th.
13th. Oh. Well, you can see him out on track now, not spazzing out in the pit lane. So I don't know if that was a glitch where. Quite strange. That was quite strange. But we can.
Billy has just put Andy and Sind 1, 2. Sind, and then he put Sind first and Andy second.
Changing his mind. Well, actually, no, not changing his mind. Actually, no, I haven't read that properly. Yes, I think it will be a Lambo 1, 2. They've been consistent with all the year, but Boston Rowe 5/10 quicker than anyone else in the practice. You've got many of the drivers who are quite quick around this track, as we saw in practice. Important to get these tyres warmed up around this track, or you will be going wide. That won't be too great. I think Boston second and Kiwi first. James, your new segment of predictions. You go.
I've just quickly put the. There you go. It's hard to really tell, really. I think who's going to be where, but if you've got to be honest with you, I do think Boston has a good chance of getting in the top. So does Kiwi Lad, but I'm going to go with this. I think it's going to be Kiwi first, Sin second, Andy, Boston third, Andy fourth, and Allo Champs fifth.
Quite bold, quite bold. It's a good choice. It's very good choicing. So we'll have to wait and see at the end of qualifying if you're correct. And you don't win anything. Just say you don't win anything. So
that's fine.
Don't get your hopes up.
Right then, do you want to do a lap around this track?
Yeah, sure. Just yeah, we'll go for a lap as we head all the way up to turn 1. 100-meter board, braking heavily down into second gear, out of the corner, hit the curb, and straight onto the power, onto this long straight, heading right up the hill to turn 2. Quite long, and we will brake around about 100 meters, about 110 meters, trying to hit the inside curve as much as possible and get straight on the power. You can see the Acura go into first gear to try and get the boost of the power of the acceleration out of that corner down this straight. Fortunately, no DRS, not for these cars. Braking at the 100-meter board. 100-meter board again. Goes a little bit too wide there, but it hasn't really cost him too much. Maybe a little bit more acceleration. He's cost him a little bit. Turn 4. The left-hander here quite difficult. You got to try and keep it and then try and get on the power as soon as possible. This corner I normally go to the right and then hit into the left just to try and get the car turned in, trying to get a better line through there. Heading up to one of the most trickiest corners of the whole lap, the right-hander on turn 7. Quite difficult here, trying to keep on the inside curve while braking. You could just see a McLaren stop right there, maybe a little bit of spin and out the final corner onto the last straight, and that is a lap of the Australian Red Bull Ring. James, that was quite a decent lap by P-Tip, but not close enough.
Yeah, puts himself 8th there. as Sam says, good laptop, mate.
Thank you very much, Sam. Thank you very much.
But look at that, look, just look at this, look, 8th is ESR Andy, but look who's first. It is Sin. He doesn't do anything in practice, but then he comes out in qualifying and shows you what he's made of. I think that's what he's kind of done.
He really does, and he has done it all season.
Yeah, and then you look at 4th, K-Morse, surprise.
He's done really well in that Bentley, and I actually after the Belgian Grand Prix, I went away and I actually wanted to go and see how this Bentley actually handled going through corners. And the car is heavy, but it's got really good downforce that really helps it through corners. It's really weird. It's really weird. I don't know if you've driven this car before, James.
Yeah, it's a very heavy car, and Jukebox Gaming says good luck to all the drivers tonight. Looking forward to another great race.
Yes, it should be an absolute cracker race here today. Yes. K-Morse puts in a better lap this time and goes 3rd place, just ahead of 3,000 of a second front of Boston Row. Allo Champs in 6th place, 1 place off, James predicted. So not bad so far, maybe we can improve by a little bit more. Top 7 spread out by 1.1 seconds, and we are very close to getting into the 28s. That is only around about 3/10 away from getting 28s there. Maybe that's the deadline. I think that might be just the deadline right there. But we'll just have to wait and see for the end of qualifying, as we nearly have about 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Any surprises so far, James?
The only surprise which I've got is K-Morse being up in 3rd is the only surprise I've got at the moment, really. And Ibwich and Hijack of Sweden, and Harry Buddha being 12, 15, 14 and 13th. There is Allo Champs now out the last one ahead to the line.
So we see doesn't improve on his lap time, goes 4/10 slower, but he's just getting lighter on fuel. You see there he went out a little bit wide on the first corner, and you can see also ID4. This is actually ID4 gets, it's just ID4 LGR. He went a bit wide there. It's quite tricky, that corner, James, turn 1, to try and get a great exit.
Yeah, well, it's just been the tightest corner on the circuit, where if you've ever seen F1 races or GTM or any GT cars, they go into that corner like side by side, and loads go wide and just try and get back on. They do. As we have a comment from us saying, hope it is as good as Spa, but hope not the same after pit stops though.
Yeah, it was quite good in Spain. Spain. Jesus, that was a long time ago.
Spain was good. Spain was good though.
Yeah, Spain was good. Spa was good as well. If I can say it right. But if you just have a look on your mini map, the top right hand corner, you can see that the whole of Sector 1 is clear, and the whole of Sector 2 and 3 are completely jammed. So either the engineers have got the wrong timings of drivers coming out the pits, or the drivers just were eager to get out on track. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Sam heard the F1 news.
Yes, the Brazilian Grand Prix will be moving to Rio de Janeiro, which will be very good. Unfortunately, we're leaving Interlagos, which I'm kind of sad about. I don't know if you're sad about that, James.
Yeah, and have you heard the other news as well?
What's the other news? I haven't heard. That's all I've heard.
They've confirmed that that the Spanish Grand Prix Catalunya is taken off the calendar, and they're going to the Dutch circuit of is it Zolt or
Zandvoort?
They're going to Zandvoort. They're going to Zandvoort now, purely because F1 have made an agreement with Zandvoort. They've, I don't know what season this is. I think it's for 2020. Zandvoort's coming in, and Catalunya is going out. So, a bit of controversy for Spanish people because that'd be the only circuit that in that kind of region of the world. They have to now go to Italy, but Zandvoort will get a circuit, and people are complaining that that is just a bit too narrow for F1 cars to go to.
Well, they get way too is, I think. It's also the problem with the British Grand Prix Silverstone, where the track has actually run out of money. We saw Silverstone, they don't get paid really anything. Silverstone actually for the past 2 years have actually lost money for hosting Grand Prix. So I think Spain have actually been losing money due to testing and the fact that there's been a Grand Prix for how many years. So I think F1 have now decided to go for a different route and go for a different Grand Prix, which I'm not too happy about. I wish they would have stayed at Spain, but yeah. I
totally agree.
I just don't know how the hell Zandvoort is going to work, because that is not a Grand Prix track. That is going to be awful.
They used to race there. They used to race there in the 70s and 80s, and then they took it off the calendar because the cars were getting longer. The cars were getting a little bit wider / faster, and they thought it's too short and it's too not good enough, so they're not going to do it. But qualifying's over, by the way.
Yes, qualifying is all over. Sind posting his fastest lap time of 1 minute 29.3, and I believe that will just be it for qualifying. But Kiwi lad, he's still got a chance. He's got 1/10 up in the first and second sector, now heading to the third sector. Can he make up his ground into the third sector? This tight, difficult braking right-hander, fast right-hander. Will he get the time that he wants to get up into the pole position, ready for the start of this Grand Prix as he runs up towards the line? Quite a long wait. Is he done it? Oh! 200,000 of a second. I don't know if I said that right, but 200,000. Yes. Wow.
Yeah, it's
thousands?
200,000 of a second. 2,000 of a second, yeah. That is close. So it's Sind from him. I'll tell you them all now. So it is Sind who leads, who'll be first. Kiwi Ladlad second. Andy third. Fourth Boston Rowe. Fifth K-Moore. Sixth Allo Champs. Disappointed, I thought he'd be fifth, but great drive there from K-Moores actually. ID for LGR is next, which is ID for Getz. Hijacker Sweden in 8th. 9th, Harry Budder, disappointed with them too, I am. Sneaker in 10th. 11th, Rubid, I'll call him that for now. Sorry if I butchered your name, mate. Petit is 12th. 13th, Ibwich. 14th, Shikata. And 15th, Scott here today. I'm really surprised with that. 0.002 off. That
was absolutely crazy. I did not think that at all. Wow, that's incredible.
It's like the there used to be this thing on when they used to do racing with 3 cars. So they used to be like 3 Audis, 3 Toyotas, 3 BMWs, and it was the BMWs versus the Hondas. Honda were doing their lap, and BMW had finished their lap. BMW did a 1:28.224, and the Hondas crossed the line and did exactly the same time, so it had to be both on the top step of the podium.
Jesus.
And the commentator who was doing this like endurance time thing with like 3 cars, and they just swapped like pretty much a cycling duo on that oval circuit. And the commentator was like, here they go then to cross the line. Oh my goodness, they've got the same time. So it's just to tell you as well, it's 59 litres of fuel for your second position, 60 for your leader, and the rest are just pretty much rocking 60, I think, as well. Let's just check if anyone's actually over the 60 limit. I'll just give a quick second on this.
But we're
Let's head
going to
back
get
to
ready for the race start here in Austria. The Red Bull Ring, the lights will alight in any second now, and it lights and away we go. Sind gets off to a great start heading down towards turn 1, and we see a Bentley and a Mercedes already in the wall, but Sind gets off to a great start already. As we see Shuskata in the Mercedes towards the back, you can see a little slipstream effect on this. Will they be able to challenge going up towards turn 2 here? But make sure everyone puts down their predictions. We'll get to James's segment of predictions in a moment. But as we start, we see Sind in the lead by 4/10 to Kiwi, that led, followed by Andy and followed by Boston Road. Hijack Sweden get off to an absolute great start, and then McLaren up already up into 5th. As we see ID4 LGR trying to challenge on the back of the Bentley. Not a great start for the Bentley teammate. Kiwi lad, that's all the way on the back of Sind, and Sind already struggling a little bit too wide. Also, the other Lamborghini got a little bit too wide in that corner and carrying a little bit too much speed as we head. Oh, he's going to pull to the side. He's not going to be able to make a move, unfortunately, right there. But right on the back, maybe a little bit more slipstream down this straight here, and he will be able to get some sort of position here. As we go down the back straights here in the slipstream, he's only gaining a little bit, not too much. We know these Lamborghinis are good in a straight line. First lap
as well. We have lost K-Morse. K-Morse is out of the race now. That crash, he decided he's out. So we have a crash
and
in the
there's a
back of the field
huge
back here.
that is Hijacker Sweden. He had an absolutely great start, and Snaker, both the Bentleys have had a dreadful start to this Grand Prix. Hijacker Sweden will go all the way up to 5th, and now he's down to 12th. We don't know what that was from. Maybe just an accident. Maybe the Bentley was going down the inside, and wow, that is quite something there. As we see Harry Buller in the pits, unfortunately. But ID4 LGR challenging LO Champs goes a little bit wide. ID4 get a better line through that corner and will possibly get a better exit out to the tiny little straight, but unfortunately wasn't able to move. James, we'll do your predictions and then we'll do your reaction to the start. So we'll hear from your predictions for this race.
Well, my predictions are pretty much not as I imagined, really, because as you're going to say, my predictions for the race at the start of the race have changed now. So, I still think ESR Sind and Bob keeping that will be the top 2. But Boston Road, by the way, as we head back up to look at that now, it's up into 2nd here. Don't know how he's going to 2nd, but he's in 2nd. And I think it'll be ESR Sind, Boston Road, Kieran Adlad, Allo Champs, and ID4 Gets, and Ibrich will be your top lots backing away for your top positions.
As you see, Boston Row, he went a little bit too wide out in turn 1, and he's controversial on his line, but unfortunately, Kibalava won't be able to make the corner. Now, James, sorry, we'll go back to your reaction to the start.
I didn't actually see the crash. I don't know if you did, but I certainly didn't see the crash, so I can't tell you actually what happened. But all I can see in the background was what is this? A Mercedes, sorry, and a Bentley in the wall, which is very surprising. But yeah, it was very just weird, really. That was to see the crash on that.
I don't know what caused it. That's the strange thing.
Oh, and then the next lap, you see 2 cars hit each other again, which is, I think, something you don't want to see as well. But it looks like we can have a last battle as well now. So back on the way through the field, we're looking at all this race. Still plenty of laps to go though. So.
Yeah, still plenty of laps to go. 41 laps in total. But ESR Sind is just going to be pulling away now from these two just squabbling about. I think the faster one needs to get through really now and try and chase after Sins, because that gap is just extending. It was about a tenth on the second lap, and now it's 1.6 seconds on the fourth lap. So it's gone quite dear. But you can see Kiwi there braking a lot later than the Ferrari, and he gets on the power a little bit more quickly there. He's getting quite a lot of time, but I think that Ferrari's running lower downforce, to be honest. I mean, look how much he's gaining. Wow.
Just to say, the fastest lap of the race goes to ESR Andy 1:30.361 already, and on his front three, Boston Road the fastest lap 1:31.001. It's ESR Sin 1:31.99. So
it's all great stuff from everyone at the moment. You can just see, look, he's just, yeah, I think from what we can see, Boston Road is definitely running a lower downforce settings on his car, because Kiwi, he's just look how much he's going to gain through this corner. Look how much, he's right on the back of him. Final corner, and then just look how much the Ferrari just goes. But look how much he just goes. I would swear right now, but we're trying to keep this family friendly.
Yeah, I remember last time you swore and nobody cared.
Yeah.
We're back from here, look, we're going to go to it, look at it now.
Sin down in 10th, what the?
Oh, sorry, Sin down in 10th, so Andy's leading, sorry, Andy's leading.
Oh. Andy's leading?
Yes.
Oh. Oh, we got that dreadfully wrong.
It doesn't matter, but just that's alright, that's what to say, but that's what I'm saying. It's fast after race then, 1:32.1, and no, he had the fastest lap of the race he had, and still does. And we're looking now at Sakata trying to get past the car in front, but no, and great job from Andy then. But Sin had I don't know what happened to Sin really, or Andy.
Yeah, we'll look back at the stream that we'll do in a few minutes time. Have a look what happened to them. I don't know if he just a bit weird. Dave went for an early pit stop, but that's a bit weird.
TG crashes says great start.
Yes, it was an absolutely great start. Crashing literally everywhere, and then an absolutely great start from Sims, but then he's fallen back to 8th, no, 10th now, so that's a bit weird. Weird. We'll have to find it out very soon. But so far, going all good. As we see, Shiskata, he's been trying to overtake this Acura for quite a long time now. He's down to turn 1. He's going to make the move now. Acura might go wide through the corner. No, he doesn't actually. But he's got a dreadful run through there. Look at the Mercedes in the slipstream, trying to gain on him as we go side by side. Do you really want to be on the outside heading up to turn 2? Braking at the 100-meter boards. Will he get the position? Acura stays with him. Shiskata goes wide onto the curb. He'll get worse at exit. And really, this is just playing to the hands of Sin, trying to stay in the tow, really, and trying to overtake him as fast as possible. Both side by side, heading down with the 100-meter boards. Again, both got absolutely great exit, but Shiskata will possibly have the next left-hander. Yes, he will. He will have the position there for the left-hander, and that is his position now. Oof, that was quite a good battle there, James, wasn't it?
Yeah, and Scott says, I think ESR ESR crashed lap 2 in the crash you saw.
Oh, was that the... Oh, Jesus. I thought that was... Okay. Thank you very much. That is very useful. Thank you very much. So everyone will know now where that has come from. 7. Let's have a look. We will be keeping an eye on the comments, so anybody says, Sam Scott says he hit the Mercedes, thank you very much. We can't know. Lap 7 of 41 here, we're just riding aboard with ID4LGR in 5th place. This race has been good so far, but you can just see on the timings there, Kiwi Lad falling back a little bit from Boston Row. I think Boston Row is just gaining too much time, just having that straight line speed as we saw when they were both fighting. You can just see right on the ball with them now. Actually got a lot more closer now. I think Boston Row's made a mistake somewhere, and Kiwi Lad's in the pits. Why is he boxed?
He's probably got some damage or something that we don't know.
Wow, okay, yeah, that's quite strange. If we can just stay on with him and see what happens. We got some new tyres out, ready for him. Let's see what they do. They won't change the tyres, they won't, yeah, it's damage. I wonder what damage he's got. I think he might have suspension. He's putting in some more fuel. I have no idea what happened at the start. I somehow loaded in as Lamborghini. K-Morse. Loaded in as Lamborghini. Weird. That is very weird, K-Morse. But as we you go ahead.
Just quickly tell you, the battle is still going on here behind Gavra Sweden and bits, because that's what I'm going to call him, but you can talk about that then for you.
I'll talk about that. Gavra Sweden right on the back of the Acura. We saw the Mercedes make the move and take the position. Is Gavra Sweden all the way around the outside on the Acura, sticking with him. It's not really the best line as you rear on the inside. Ooh, almost touching, getting really close there, right on the curb. Hijacker Sweden is actually going to get the position there. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. Again, is back his rhythm now. He was in 5th place at one point. Now all the way down. He went down to 12th from a incident with the Bentley, and now is up to 7th, passing the Acura. And he's having an absolute great day overtaking people. So far, lap 8 of this Grand Prix. Unfortunately, these cars do not have the DRS that Formula 1 cars have, but they can still have the slipstream. You can just see the Acura just getting a little bit more even there, heading up the hill now and back onto the straight. All power to the rear wheel of that car going down this straight. I don't think they'll be just close enough, no, to make a move. What's happened?
Yes, somebody in the comments said Andy's now 4. We don't know what happened there, but Andy is now 4th from the lead, so we missed that as we're watching a close battle. So it's now, just to quickly tell you as we let my notification on my screen, so it's at Boston Row in the lead now by 2.9 seconds over Allo Champs. Then it's ID forget we'll call him. I'll call him that for now, but I know it's LGR and ID4 LGR, and then it is Andy. So Andy must have had a spin somewhere and let everyone pass. I really don't know what really happened, but that could have been what happened, but we didn't see anything.
Yeah, we didn't see anything.
So sorry Hedberger, we didn't see anything.
Thank you very much for pointing out though.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Robito, oh, he's got a little bit frisky. I think he did. Got a little bit frisky going into turn 1, hit the curb and settled the car there and spun as Mercedes now overtaken. That was something to see of turn 1. That's how much turn 1, the curve of turn 1 can upset the car. as we see Snake unfortunately in last place.
Yeah, there's last. I would say maybe about 20 seconds gap from him to first. Maybe about 15 seconds I would say from him to first, so got to get a little bit of wriggle on, or else they're going to be lapped in the next couple of laps, I think.
Just the news on the football games. Lacazette has made it 2-1 to Arsenal against Valencia. That means it'll be 5-2 on aggregate in the Europa League. And the Chelsea game, Eintracht Frankfurt, I believe. Eintracht, yeah, it'll be Eintracht. Versus Chelsea, and Jobbik has actually made it 1-1. It is currently going to go to penalties if the score stays like this. It'll be 2-2 on aggregates. Quite good games there at the moment. For round about the 50th minute now. Lap 11. Quite good so far, James. How do you think it's gone so far?
Oh, it's gone really well. I really do.
It's gone really well. And yeah. Any news that's going on in the world, James, or?
I will just look up something for you. I'm just looking up now.
Brilliant. Hijackers Win has actually lost the place to the Acura in 6th. The Acura is doing quite well today, gaining some great points for the team to really boost them up. His teammates not really doing too well. But I ride on board with Hijackers Sweden for lap 11. Please put your comments in the comment section below, or to the right hand side. Love to hear from you guys. Always love to. Me and James obviously like to answer comments and everything, all your queries. Interlagos have been in F1 since 1972, so a big shame. Really is a big shame, Sam. Really is a big shame. I really did like that track. It's a very iconic track, especially for Senna, 1991, I want to say.
Yep.
1990. I can't remember. But
did you watch the F1 channel a couple of weeks ago, just before the 100 race, and they said you voted for this race as your favourite race? It was the Senna victory race.
Yeah, I saw that.
That was very impressive.
Well, he had I don't know, it was Michael Schumacher. He was stuck in a gear, but no, Essen didn't have third or something. He didn't have a gear. He lost a gear.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was. It looked like it was all over him, but yeah, he won that race, and then he had a panic attack in the car. So.
And then Sam puts why they left it, and then Hamburger says it would be amazing if we had Rio and Interlagos.
2 Brazilian Grand Prix, it would be great. It's just really the same story about the Miami Grand Prix, how there'll be 2 American Grand Prix, but you can say there is different states. So America wants it to count as 2 countries, basically, as 2 races.
Are we having 2 American races?
Miami got cancelled. Apparently, they just couldn't do it because it was a street circuit and they couldn't close off the road. So I reached up into turn 2, heading up the road here. Is he going to make a move? We've seen the Ferrari straight line speed being quite good so far this Grand Prix. Will he get a good run out of turn 2 here? Right onto the back straight in the slipstream, but I don't think he'll be able to get a move there. Lost quite a lot of time there. Sam says would be good. Yes, it would be very good if we had 2 Brazilian Grand Prix and we had 2 American Grand Prix. I think it's just the same story as I said earlier. Tracks financially are struggling, such as Silverstone and Spain. So I think because Silverstone, they were saying like they won't sign another contract unless they were paid fairly, because actually for the past 2 years the Silverstone track is actually been losing money. So yeah.
They did say that well, they're confirmed at the moment that they're here till 2021, and then after 21 they're going to have to try and sign a new contract. They did think, as I just want to comment, what UK track would you use if Silverstone was taken off the calendar? They did think about closing a bit of London. So they did think of asking West Ham, right?
Yeah.
If they could use part of that, it's kind of like Sochi, part of that kind of complex that West Ham use, but West Ham said no, so they're not going to go there. But as there was a battle about to happen, so I'll talk about it in a second, with about to go side by side is Hijack Sweden and Petrol here, if you can talk about it if you want.
Brands Hatch, it's a good track. Been there, it's a very good track. Problem is, it's quite a short track. It's not really got a lot of space, and I think because I think it struggled financially with Formula 1 back in the 70s, 80s, so that's why they left it. Donington Park will be a good one. Problem again, short. That it's too short. What I mean is width, so the cars can't get through there. Basically, you need a track where 3 cars can get through a corner. That's the kind of track you need, because that provides overtaking and everything. If you can get a corner where 3 cars can overtake, that'd be absolutely great. As we see Sims enter the pits to serve his pits stop for the race. Hijack Sweden trying to make a move. And Kerr trying to get a slipstream, and Ibrich in the slipstream about 1 second behind. Oh, Shushkata spins and hits the wall there. Maybe, don't think he's damaged his front end, but on he goes. Unfortunate there for him. Just as we said earlier, turn 1 curbs are just way too much. Way too much. Hijack Sweden trying to get as much pace out of that car as he possibly can to try and get away from Ibrich, but Ibrich kind of struggling here. Maybe a little bit of warm tyres, because these tyres, James, they do actually wear out quite quick around this track, do they?
Yeah, they do. Wear out quite a bit on the circuit. I would say, if it's me, as I've just read the comment out in a second, I've just seen it, yeah, I've just seen literally in the comment now. I think pretty much, personally, I would give the tyres 20 laps and then put a fresh set of tyres on, which will last to another 20 to 21 laps. Get you to the end of the race, put a bit more fuel in, and you're good. The comment is from Sam saying, "What about Snetterton or Alton Park?"
They're not bad tracks. Snetterton is not F1 built. What I mean is that it's not. It hasn't got grandstands. It hasn't got proper venues, and it's not really a great track to go to be fairly honest.
We're about to go side by side. Here we are. They are now side by side. Let's have a look there. There's Hijack and Sweden going to go side by side. Has he done it? Well, I think he's got through, but let's see. It's actually.
No, you keep that. You keep that.
But there we go. The Azul, whatever you call it, car is on the inside line, trying to go around there, but to the inside line is Hijack and Sweden, and he's got the move done. So Hijack Sweden up into 5th. But as we look at the driver now of Pete Biv, we'll see if he can get back through, but doesn't at the moment. Back to the comment we've said here. I've been to Snetterton. not Oldham Park. I've been never to Oldham Park, but Snetterton's a good circuit. I do think F1 could go there, right? But it is again another thing. British GT go there, but it's just wide enough for 2 cars wide for British GT, and I don't think F1 at the same time would love to go there. There are 2 grandstands. So there's one at the last corner looking down the start line, and there is one at the corner called Bomb Hole. There's one grandstand there, but that is it. So nothing really, I would say.
Nothing really there. When you think about Formula 1, Moss has left the session. When you think of Formula 1, you always want to go to the iconic tracks. So what are the iconic tracks? Well, the iconic tracks are Spa, Monza, Silverstone, or the British Grand Prix. There's obviously Brands Hatch and everything. You want to go to Brazil. And that's the problem with Formula 1. There's no iconic tracks that they can go to. I would love Formula 1 to go back to Imola. That'd be a great track to go back to. Unfortunately, they just can't do that. Imola is not really being used at the moment, and they've got no financial backing, Imola. So really there's nothing.
It says, Sam just put, why not go to Imola or Watkins Glen? Yes, I remember Watkins Glen actually. I wasn't alive, but I have watched some races from Watkins Glen as we're just up there, like we're back side by side, but we haven't, so I'll go look at a different battle for you or something. But no, Watkins Glen looked really good for F1 cars, but I would say it's a bit too. It's not too short for a wide. It's wide enough, but it's not good enough, I don't think, for F1 cars now. If you've got to think about it, Imola. I don't know what you were about to say, but
it's just you can't really go similar anymore. It's just no financial backing, and it's all really just financial politics and everything. And the last time really that you don't really want to go back there when Formula 1 doesn't really want to go back there because obviously a legend in the sport died there. So you don't really want to go back there. I mean, it was the most horrific.
2 people died there.
Yeah, it was the most horrific weekend there. It was Ratzenberg and Senna.
Yeah.
And I think they don't want to go back there anymore because it's way too dangerous. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see what Formula 1 decide to do. They still got a few more years with the British Grand Prix, so Silverstone, so they need to work something out quite soon. But Zandvoort, as Hemberg says, it needs so much work. The grandstands are not up to date. Turn 1, that is going to be the worst Turn 1 I've ever seen. I don't know if you've seen Turn 1, James, of Zandvoort, but it's god awful. It's just this continuous, like more than 180 degree, continuously flat out right-hander. Well, not completely flat out, some sort flat out. But
Sam just put, what about Fuji or Le Mans Bugatti circuit?
That's a very good one. That's a good one. Fuji's. You go.
I like Fuji on this game.
It really is good.
I've seen, if you've never watched it, I've watched, when, I can't remember when it was, but it was not last weekend, the weekend before, they streamed on YouTube with English commentators and Japanese commentators for the Asian Cup, right? Which is like Asian Formula 2 cars racing around the circuit. So they're Formula 2 cars, but they're looking, and their championship goes to 2 Chinese circuits, the one on this game, and the one in real life for F1. They go to 2 Japanese circuits. They go to a Korean circuit, which F1 used to go to, and they go to one other circuit in Asia as well. So I think it may be, I can't remember. There's one other circuit in Asia which it goes to as well, and they go to Fuji, and they at Fuji are just looking brilliant. Problem with that circuit though is, on this game, you go like out of one corner and straight into a tight corner, like I think it's tight right-hander.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tight right-hander, they all there were looking like breaking really close to here, but it looks like now Ipswich, gonna go past the car, here it is, just talk about it.
Going past the Acura, as the Acura actually is lapped and all touch. I think that might be Ibridge's fault for pressuring the Acura a little bit too much to the inside curb, so that will be Ibridge's fault. I would put that down by myself. I don't know if you, James, think different, but wow, that was actually quite close there. Very close.
Yeah, I do think it is. But yeah, there are so many tracks. If you want to let us know, guys, your tracks you think F1 should be back at F1, I'm going to say this now. Comment, let us know in the comments what tracks in the world do you think F1's go to. There was another track which they thought about going to, as there's a car off the road, so let me just get some ideas here. Is he something? Yes, it's about to down the order. It is I Forget. Went off the road there, he did with little spin, so he's down the order now. He is battling with Kiwi Lad who is on battle. Rubid is about to overtake him, but not F1, but one track that I thought they could go to was Long Beach, and then I looked and then I just thought to myself, the first corner, which is the roundabout kind of corner, wouldn't work F1.
Yeah, I mean, turn one at Long Beach is quite tight, so yeah, it won't be too great. And then you got to think about turn 3, turn 4, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, turn 9. Basically, all the turns, and then you think to yourself, that's Monaco. So, yeah.
Why Malaysia aimed in the calendar? It's pretty much like any other circuit in F1, I'm going to quickly explain. It's like Silverstone may be doing, it's like Spain are doing. They didn't have enough funding to actually do it, because I think it's some of the corners there, that massive long grandstand around that like chicane corner where loads of people sit at, weren't getting people there. I think it's like you can hold that circuit 40, like maybe 60, maybe 70,000 people at the whole circuit, and altogether they were getting like an F1 weekend, the whole weekend maybe 120,000 people, which is good, but isn't what they wanted. So I think that's why, I'll look at the stats in a second, but that's why they weren't getting enough people to be at the circuits. And then Sam just put, what about Road America?
Road America would be good, but again, it's another track in America. That's the problem with it. But it's just difficult for these tracks, because none of them are iconic. As I said earlier, none of these tracks are iconic tracks. If it was me, I would love an iconic track, because when I think of Formula, like James, if you had to watch 4 Grand Prix this season, you could only watch 4, because some government said you can only watch 4 Grand Prix or some crap. Which ones would you watch? Would you watch the more iconic traditional tracks that are always great, or would you watch the odd ones that you don't know if they're going to be great or not?
For me, so if I had to pick 4, and then I'll ask you the same question, you can pick your 4. I would go for I would go for Interlagos, because that's my favourite surf on F1 calendar, so I'm disappointed it's out there on calendar for I think I like watching it's hard really. I like watching Monaco, so I would pick Monaco to watch. I would watch I love Spa, so I'll go Spa. I love the Red Bull Run, so they're my 4. So it have to be, if you want to know, Interlagos, Monaco, the circuit right now, and I'm changing one answer, so it's going to be Interlagos here, so where are we now? The Red Bull Ring would have to be Monaco, and the Hungaro Ring would be my 4 circuits. And we've just got a comment come in as well from Billy saying should go back to South Africa, and then Henberg says the most plausible track for F1 is Macau.
Nah.
But South Africa would be nice to go back to.
It would be. It would be very nice to go back to South Africa. Macau, no, not really. It's just too tight. It's just another Monaco Grand Prix. I'm not saying that Monaco is bad. I'm just saying that it's another race where drivers can't really overtake unless they're on a straight.
A bit here, looking like he's trying to get past hijack and sweep here. They're battling for position, but they are lapped by 1 lap, just to tell you guys. They are, of course, battling for position. This is the only battle we have, which is very close on the circuit. So we'll keep talking as we do. We will, I would say, lap 30, maybe lap 30 to go. We'll get more serious back to this race, but for now, we'll talk to you about stuff. So if you have any circuit in the world you would like us to talk about, then let us know. There are loads of circuits in the world. I could list off loads of circuits it can't go to, which is annoying, but yeah. If you've got any circuits in your country which we haven't said or would like to, then let us know.
Yes, if you could, that'd be absolutely great. But yeah, I think there's a lot of tracks. Unfortunately, that F1 can't really go to these days because the cars are so wide. If it was the 2016 spec of F1 cars, where the cars are quite narrow in terms of wheel, can't remember which word. Can't remember the word. But yeah, the cars are quite wide, just because of the regulation changes and everything.
I'll give you a football update. It's still 2-2 in the Chelsea game. That means it's 1-1 on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. In the Arsenal game, I know we've got an Arsenal fan in here with me. It is 3-2. Aubameyang has just scored, so it means it's 6-3 on aggregate in that game. And just to tell you as well, we have another comment with from Sam saying we should go back to India or Turkey.
India and Turkey was good. That was absolutely brilliant back in the days. Absolutely.
If you go on, I think it's is it I Factory or some Factory 2 game, you can still go to Turkey. What a circuit that is. By the way, we are now doing the leaders pit stop, so Boston Row and ESR and here in the pits. I don't know why I'm leading this tonight, but apparently I
don't worry, you keep on going, you keep on going.
Still got the battle here for Kiwi Lad and Petbiv, I would say. Any other comments? Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know though. If you want to talk about anything tonight, just let us know any comments you want to look at.
I mean, we've had some great track suggestions, and I think India and Turkey have been the best so far. Because they're absolutely brilliant tracks that we loved back in the day of 2011, 2012. And I believe what you're talking about there was R Factor.
Yeah, that's the one. R Factor 2 still had Turkey on it. So there's an F1 racer, I think it was Lewis Hamilton, who used to race at Turkey. He went back on that game with Mercedes and showed them a bit around the circuit, and he said it's brilliant. We've got a battle here. I'll let you talk through this one, because I don't know if that's going to happen or not.
Kiwi trying to overtake the Acura, just stopping his pace at the moment. Kiwi want to get as high as possible in this Grand Prix here. I don't know if he was to end the race on the amount of fuel he has cost at the moment. With 40 litres, P-Tib just about pitting right now, 1.6 litres of fuel-less ID4 up into third, but he will be making his pit stop very soon. Can he get out in front of the Merc? I don't think he did. Boston Road down in fifth. He'll extend his position as we see Allo Champs exit the pit lane now in front of the Acura and in front mainly of Boston Row. What championship would you like do on Gavra that's not in? I think for me, I don't know about James, I would love to do F1. That is just like my key subject. If we were on a test as this commentary, then I would get everything spot on.
Oh yeah, I blag that on a Sunday. I blag that on a Saturday night. I do F1 League on a Saturday night. I blag it. I just talk for literally. Somebody who I know was like, I can't believe you can talk for a whole thing. Like literally, we do races that are 50% right. So we're doing races like 30 laps, 40 laps, and I talk from the minute go to the minute ends. I do not shut up. And apparently somebody says, I can't believe you do that. I would just give up after 30 minutes and go, oh, I'm bored. Let's finish. But yeah, I would love to do GT4 or Formula racing. Billy, if you would love to race with us, I don't know if you have PlayStation. If you have PlayStation, then you can. Oh yeah, Formula 3.5s, very nice cars. New to this game as well, so.
They are.
Yeah.
But yeah, for I have PC. Scott has PC.
Scott, do you race in any championships? Just let me know, because I recognise your name from some championships, but I can't remember what.
I have a PC, but the problem is it's a 750 GPU, so it ain't gonna run this game by any chance. So yeah, I don't think I'll be playing against Sam anytime soon. But yeah, if it was Project Cars 2 on this game, it's kind of a tricky one. I mean, the Formula X cars don't look that bad, but I think the physics of them are way off realistic. Oh, we don't have an LMP1. We have an LMP2, but I would love to see an LMP1. I race in F1 and I race in a Project Cars League, but it is Endurance League. I'm in LMP2, James.
Yeah, very good then, Sam. I think I might have seen you in that endurance one then. Can you tell us the length of races and that, because then I don't know if it's the same one. By the way, if you want to do this, there isn't actually a battle here. I thought there was, just Boston trying to lap these cars. I'll come back to you in a second on that.
Okay. But yeah, what we would like to know, guys, what leagues you want to see that we're currently not doing. Maybe we want to see a Gran Turismo league, maybe we want to see an F1 league, maybe we want to see more Project Car leagues, maybe with track day cars. I know I'd love to see a track day car, maybe a GT1, the old GT1s from the 90s, or maybe old, I can't remember, what is it? I know, if you can remember what the Porsche 962 is, then you'll know what class I mean, with all the Nissans and everything. So if you can remember what I mean, that'd be absolutely brilliant. But that league would be absolutely brilliant. I'll probably race in that, and that would be an absolutely brilliant league. What is races are 3.5 hours, longest are 24. So far this year we've done 4 rounds, 124 hours. Jesus. Yes, Group 5, thank you very much, yes. Yes, that's the one. Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, so you've done 2 4 hours and 1 3.5 hours. Wow.
I know do some iRacing, but I haven't actually tested out this yet. I know it's doing this in iRacing where you can actually go with you can basically in iRacing you can have a whole team, so like there's 3 people and they just join your team, and you can remove the driver and you can get in the car. So after that, let's say 24 hours, after their stint of let's say 3 hours, you get in the car and then you do the next 3 hours. Is that in Project Cars, or am I just
Yeah, you can do that in Project Cars. How you do that, as I'll let you explain, because they did that in Project Cars 1 when we had the 24 hours of Gavra. How we do it, and it's very technical, is you have to do share play. So if you have PlayStation, you share play the footage of racing, right?
Oh yeah.
So for example, there'll be two. I think it's a maximum of 2 per team, or maybe 3. I don't know. But you share play with how many people you're allowed to share play with. As there's about to be battle. No, there isn't. No, there isn't. Oh, there is actually. Allo Champs now about to go Boston Road. We'll just quickly tell you this. So you got Allo Champs and Boston Road. Boston Road about to go South Club. Allo Champs. We'll let you do this one because I did the last battle.
Thank you. Heading up to the wards. The hill up to turn 2 here. Allo Champs is going to brake much more later, as Boston Road had the straight line speed on the outer skirts, and we just see the next Ferrari right in front of him. Both. Is that no? I'll just shut up and get on with this fight now. Boston Road maybe looking for a little run into that corner. Unfortunately, won't be able to. Very tired after every race. Yes, you must be after every race. Jesus Christ, that's quite a long time in the car. Boston Road just consistently trying to get himself up into 2nd place, and it's been an absolutely great race. Kiwi lad, if I'm not mistaken, he may take over the championship, or he might be around about 3 points out. I don't know.
No, wait, let me have a look. Just gone. Yes, he will lead the championship. Let me just see where ESR Sid is. Yes, he will lead the championship, and I think he will lead the championship by 5 points. So I will do some maths in a minute, but I think it'll be 5 points. But yeah, let me just spare this.
Yeah, keep it out of them very well this race today. Thank you very much for everyone joining us tonight. Sam, Hamburg, Billy. We've seen a little bit of a Tobias, but we haven't really spoken to him. CTG Crash, and Jukebox Gaming. We've a little bit of a scene. Still 4 rounds to go and 24 hours to go at Le Mans and Hockenheim. Le Mans, very good one. Hockenheim would just kill me. I've done a 4-hour race, that's my limit. I don't know how you do that. Maybe James, just going quickly back onto your point about the share play and everything, about the 24 hours juniors events. The game would be quite laggy, wouldn't it?
I have no idea, but when we did, well, I personally didn't watch it all. I watched like just the first 3 hours, so you see that each driver did change, and how it happens is, and you know how it works, right? With share play, where you go, you now get my control of my game, and you get now my control of my game. Yes, it was very laggy. They had, just to tell you what they had. Well, I do a 2-team race. Jesus, 12 hours each for 24 hours. That's going to kill me. That would. I've done a 24-hour race before, right? I didn't race it. We did a 24-hour simulated race. So, like we did with Gavra League last race, we did a 6 hours but simulated 24. That killed me competition. That killed me racing that. I finished 10th out of 16 of us, which is pretty good, but not very good. Anyway, no, it is laggy. I watched the 20 sim race, and they had like people from Italy, France, and England, and Ireland and Scotland all racing in the championship, right? In the 24 hours of Gavra. And the problem with that was you could just be seeing when people were coming out, they were jumping all over the circuit. And luckily, they did get a few people who were actually not lagging and just driving around the circuit quite nicely. But yeah, quite a bit laggy.
Just sound it, and especially all around the world.
It's easy to do though with getting it connected to each other. Just wanted to say, I don't know if it works with Project Cars, but how do you do a 2 different people league thing on PC? I don't know how you do it on PC. You, Sam, tell us.
Much different. I don't know if PC's the master race. Probably is.
It says, I've just got the comment now popped up saying, wow, we do a share thing. Okay, so it's like PlayStation Share Play, you just do a share thing.
Can you tell us what software you use? That'd be really great. I don't know if it's official or is it just is it just TeamViewer? Because TeamViewer would work if you had good internet. TeamViewer would work. That'd be interesting to see. That's just a complete guess. Yeah, Sam, if you could tell us what software you're using, that'd be much appreciative. Because that's actually quite curious. I believe if we could go right on board with 6th and 7th, Jones, just real quickly, I want to see if there's a fight there. Yes, there is. 4/10 is quite close actually. 4/10 heading up the hill to turn 2. I use XSplit to stream it, and I get friend over 24 hours, and then every time, and sometimes TeamSplit. Okay. Use TeamSplit to share it, and get friend over.
So pretty much, he said that you can get friend over most of the time, but then sometimes TeamSplit. Well, yeah. So we go side by side. They go, and I thought it looks like he's in the lead here, but will he keep it? Here, let me just go with this then. I'll talk about this one for you. The two teammates here trying to get past the Azura car. Don't know if they will, but one has, and Hijacker now do the same as his teammate here today. It has been crazy, this race. It has had everything in it. We've had 2 penalties, which we'll look at in a second as Hijacker Sweden trying to get past, and we'll hand you back over now to Ethan to give it his all.
Thank you very much, Hijacker Sweden. He's got a better line through there on the Acura, and look at him, he's going to get on the inside, and they hit each other going into the last corner. Ain't going to be too clean, but Hijacker Sweden's going to just slow down a little bit, just to give him the benefit of the doubt. The Acura is going to be better in the straight line speed, but as we're heading down to turn 1, Hijacker Sweden again goes a little bit later, and he does get the position this time. Both McLarens moving up positions to 6th and 7th. Unfortunately, the Acura losing 2 positions in 1 lap, which is not too great. So around about 7 laps to go and then it'll be 2 laps to go until James's segment of James's driver of the day, his segment as well, where he will announce driver of the day. So James, get your driver of the day hat on and think who you're going to choose.
Right then. Another comment has just come through saying yes to the comment to what we were talking about. You should do our Formula League or our road car and track car league. It would be nice if we had the Formula League back, but when we had I think it's called a Seat League, I don't know what happened with that. I think that was the first game, and then we haven't had a Formula League since. It'd be nice to get a Formula League back. We have a battle for second, so that gap has gone down to a second. It was, just to tell you a quick fact here, it was 2 seconds. It's now gone down to seconds, so that is closing. I know I'm not supposed to be leading this, but well, we take it in turns. We'll take it in turns some weeks to lead. So
just taking turns. Just a funny one.
But I personally think it would be nice to see a road car. I did it. I'm not gonna because I don't think Gavra would allow us, but I'm not gonna link any of my channels and tell anyone here to subscribe to me because I'm not gonna promote myself. I would love to, but I don't think Gavra would approve of it, or anyone would approve on this channel. So I'm just not gonna say my yes, you know my username. If you know my username, then you probably will know my YouTube channel from that. But it looks close now. Is Allo Champs here? Can he get past Boston Road? Better chance for Boston Road, I think, to win this race. I thought Boston Road was going to win this, but then Kiwi Lad just stormed with it now. He has. Don't need to know. By the way, just tell you lap 38 will be my drive today, so you've still got a couple of laps to do that. But yeah, it'd be nice to see like that league in that, because I did do a time trial with my friends on track cars that quick. There should be some limits though on that, because because the Aston Martin's quick, but like, for example, some of the other cars in the A category are, which is annoying.
It is really annoying. Just want to say a quick thing to Sam on PS4. Just a quick note that you might want to write down. We are gonna be doing a Formula 1 league.
Do we have my pen? No, I don't have a pen, so I can't do that.
Don't worry, just remember it. We are going to be doing a Formula 1 league. Don't worry. We're doing a Formula 1 league.
Quickly, Alan Champ's about to go close to the bottom row here. Can he get past into the second or third, or last corner here? Will he get through? I don't know. Let's talk about it quickly. F1 League in Gavra is coming up. We did have a quick. I think we did an F1 League, a 3-round F1 League we've just done, and I think that's what they're going to call it. They did a 3-round F1 League. But yeah.
Yeah, we did a little short just to see what it was like, just with the servers and everything. And now registrations.
12 people.
Yes, it is actually quite good. We should be opening registrations very soon. It's not open just yet, but I will have to confirm with Gavra when they're opening. I'll get that for next race for you guys. But on PS4 for Gavra, I'm going to be going for the 2019 season. When you see the F1 gameplay, I'm just thinking I don't want to play F1 2018 when we're on 2019. So I'm going to go for the F1 2019 season. I'm not going to be commentating on that. I'm actually going to be racing again. But
if they need a commentator, by the way, I'm always here to help. That will be another league, just to say, because if you don't know at the moment, guys, I do a Sunday, 2 Saturdays. So I will explain this for you in a second. 2 Saturdays, a Sunday, and a Thursday league. I comment on at the moment, so I'm quite busy at weekends. In the week, I'm quite quiet. So if there's any other week races you want me to commentate on, and you have a league you want me to do, then let me know and I can do it. But Alan Champ's looking close to get past Boston Road.
It's hopefully going to be Tuesday, so if you could do that day.
If you want me to.
I'll suggest it then.
No, actually.
No,
I can't. Sorry, I can't. The only day I can't do on the weekday Tuesday.
Oh, great.
If it's any of the day, I can do it. So if they do it on a Monday, then I can do Mondays.
Do Monday, no, I don't think it'll change the day, unfortunately. I will talk to him. For F1 2019, we'll have a look. But he says, cool, I do racing league on Forza on Xbox. Forza? That's quite interesting. I'm guessing that's Forza Motorsport. That can't be Forza Horizon. I'm just thinking of how the physics would work in that game. I don't know if you've played Forza Motorsport 7, James.
Yeah.
The physics aren't really the best, and the pit stops aren't really the best. So yeah, unfortunately, Billy, I'm not really the biggest Forza fan unless you would talk about Forza Horizon. I'm out of 12, and yes, Motorsport, and it's GT3 and TC cars and V8s. Ooh, nice V8s.
That's an
there.
interesting league then. That's an interesting league. Just quickly, as we're about to go on to my driver day any second. Kiwi Lad start the lap 38 or 39, so we're going to go driver day in a second. Ibridge, 10-second penalty for Ibridge. Oh my goodness. What has he done there? I have no idea. And 1 second penalty to Sneaker here, but here he goes then. Over to Alan Champ's battle with Boston Row. First, second.
Champ's trying to make a move going up the hill into turn 2, breaking the 100-meter board. And you can see he goes really deep into that corner. Might have a better run out of his exit, and that was close there. That was really close there. Boston Row just losing it on the exits of the corner. Really unfortunate there, but he is gaining. Still gaining on Alan Champ's, even though he had a poor exit acceleration, but That was quite close there, but Alachamps does get the second place there. And both Audis are in 1 and 2. Great race from them. So James,
what a race though for your quickly. What a race for your cars as well. I still can't believe that the Lamborghinis are 4th and 5th. Lamborghini in 4th is just tell you 11 seconds behind these two battling away. My driver of the day, guys, is Alachamps. I'm going to give it to him because he did start in 6th and has made his way up 2 seconds. So here's the driver of the day. There was another driver of the day I was going to give it to Hijacker of Sweden because he was started 13th. He did start 11th, I mean, and go up to 6th. But just purely because Alachamps has battled so hard today to get from his position to 2nd, it's going to be him. So if you didn't know, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you the I think there's 2 championships. As Boston Road tries to battle here. Well, if there is any side-by-side, I'll let you know. But there's, at the moment, on the top of my head, there's 3 championships which have DRS, right? There is Formula 1, Formula 2 and DTM as Boston Road side-by-side now. Will he go through? Oh, they touch. They touch the front bonnets and he's gone around. Boston Road has gone around. I think after the race there, Alachamps may be looked at by stewards to see what happened there because that wasn't sportsmanship-like behaviour from Alachamps there, I don't believe.
It really wasn't. He's going to lose some time here. Look at that, he's lost so much time to Sind, and Sind is going to be right on the back of him now.
If I find a pen, I'll just quickly go and grab a pen and come back with some calculations because I think if Sind gets 3rd, he will be still leading the championship. Just need to confirm that. But where's Kiwi Ladlad? Kiwi Ladlad starting now his last lap of the race. So on to it. I think now he is. Yes, he is. So I'll be quickly get the pen and be back, and you can do the last lap.
Thank you very much, Kiwi Ladlad. What a great race he has had today. We don't really know what happened to Andy. We don't really know what happened to Sins, but he has been exceptional. He's been consistent and leading by 21 seconds as we ride on board with Sin now. Right on the back of Boston, and he really of the Grand Prix. The Lamborghini in the slipstream down the main straight here that we've seen the whole of this Grand Prix. The Ferrari has really been slippery through the straights and has been quite good aerodynamically as well, going through some corners, but you can just see the Lamborghini right in the slipstream. Really has been a threat this year. This straight line speed of the Lamborghini's not going to make a move. He's going to brake. He's going to think about his exit here. Is he going to be able to get a good exit on this out of this corner here? And I think he will do. 4 tenths will now go into the 3. No, he's staying around about 4 now. The Ferrari still way too fast in a straight line. I think Kiwi Ladlad will be passing his final few corners now. We're riding on board still with Sind. And yes, Kiwi Ladlad has won the Austrian Red Bull Ring Grand Prix here, round 10 of the GT3 Super League. Alachamps, his teammates, will come home in 2nd place. A nice 1-2 for Audi there. Great points in the bag for them constructorsly. Sins and will possibly stay 4th unless, no, I think Boston will stay 3rd, and that means no podiums for a Lamborghini driver this race, not year, sorry. But yes,
I'm back just to tell you it means this is going to be interesting, because this means if it does, that Sins is leading the championship by 4 points now. The gap has been cut down to 4 points. So Kiwi Ladlad, that race has got it down from 16 points to 4. And so Kiwi Ladlad will be very happy with that one there, he will. Just looking now at the next little battle, which isn't really a battle, but it's the last of the cars coming across the line now. Hijacker Sweden, Sneaker and Petrov, I think that's how you say it, are the last to cross the line here, so you can talk me through it.
Thank you very much. It is the 2nd time this season that a Lamborghini has not finished on the podium positions this season. You can see the Acura crossing the finish line in 8th place, and that is the Red Bull Ring Austrian Grand Prix. A total time of 1 hour 3 minutes and 10 seconds. Thank you very much for everyone for joining. Kiwiladad takes the win, followed by his teammate Alex Champs, and followed by Boston Rowe. Ferrari doing very well today in the slipstream and in a straight line. Thank you very much for joining us. James, if you want to say some final few words.
Yes, so quickly, fourth Sind, fifth Andy, and sixth Kiwi. Then Hijacker. Then it's Sneaker, Petrol, I4, and Shikata are your top 10 rounding out. What a race though here today. So, if I can do some quick calculations before we leave today, I'll just give you one last calculation because I want to just check what will happen. So 18 points, so for third position you get 21. So let me just see where Boston Rowe in the championship is here, and I'll just tell you where he will be after this one. So 21 points for him, so that is Boston Rowe will jump up the championship. He will be in fourth position in the championship, everybody.
Jesus, he's gone out way far. He's gone out far with just this one Grand Prix. So
just to tell you your top four, then it is Sin, Kiwi Lad, then it is Harry Budder, and then it is Boston Rowe. And next time out, just to tell you where we are, guys, because you probably don't know. If you don't know, you don't know. If you know, you know. It is Hockenheim for a 39 lap race.
It will be a great one.
And then we have Silverstone, and then we have another break.
That'll be the end of the third leg, heading into the final leg. Thank you so much everyone for joining us tonight. My name has been Ethan, accompanied by with the great voice of James. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great morning, afternoon and evening. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in Hockenheim next week, where hopefully it'll be a right cracker. Goodbye.